And hello and welcome everybody to an all-new episode of Dwarf Fortress Roleplay. And we are doing the character creation for our new campaign right now. Sadly only one guy showed up. And it is the man himself. What is your name?
I haven't quite figured that one out. It's gonna be interesting.
Okay, the man with the interesting name. And what should we call you? Right now.
Oh, me, I'm Jackson. Hi, nice to meet you. For now, I'm thinking my dwarf's name is going to be something like Roru Grim Courier. A former miner. I say former because of the condition he finds himself in.
Well, we can't figure out the names.
Yes. We're gonna figure that out.
So I heard your Dwarfish man had a bit of a misfortune.
Yes. So getting to embark on this illustrious journey warrants quite a illustrious past. Unfortunately for Grim Courier, his illustrious past involved him being a miner, and as all good dwarven miners know, mining comes at a cost and a risk, and that risk for many dwarves is water. They're not very they're hydrophobic, I'll call it. So on a normal mining expedition, he may have not heeded the signs very well of telltale water symbols, and might have dug a little too deep.
I'm just like imagining him and like 50 other people standing in like a small tunnel, dimly lit. The walls are glazed and they are like digging a new tunnel, and everybody's just working, and he's just like hacking ahead, singing a song, drinking a beer sometimes, and then he hacks into a wall and like the small stream of water is just
Starts getting a little bit bigger, and then
and he's like, oh yeah, that's not good, and he sticks in one finger and on another area breaks it. Guys, like he's holding one and on the other side it's breaking and he's putting another finger in. And then he just is running away.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think he probably stopped to tell anyone. I'm pretty sure he probably just both did.
Screaming, but nobody knew why. But he was closest to the stairs, if I remember right.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
he was the first to follow the burrow call there.
And I think everything would have been all right, but he also closed the hatch behind him to make sure the water wasn't going in.
He didn't think twice about it.
Yeah, he just closed it down because he was like, oh yeah, I don't want to get the whole fortress flooded. And
he made the right call, but of course his superiors didn't think so, and he's now a honorary member of this expedition. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah, so let's talk about this expedition, because it's quite an interesting one. So basically, what happened is a local lord in a human town was digging, or had himself also a mining operation. They are digging for iron. They are also working with the iron on the surface, like they are like big huts, melting them down, turning them into tools, weapons, and armor. Not good armor, not good tools, not good weapons, of course, because they are humans. But yeah, they're melting iron down. They are getting from the mountain, and well, they found a structure, and it appears to be a dwarven structure, and not anything like, no one has seen something like that. Like the Lord also has a few experts on his court, but no one has ever seen such a rune. It appears to be dwarven, but the only thing that is like telling that it's dwarven are like the runes that are cut into the stone. But even they seem to be like quite a bit different than from what you know. But from the height of the tunnels and from the sheer size of this whole structure, it has to be Dwarfish. He already sent down some peasants with some torches to like have a look at it and see maybe they can find something nice. And like half of them didn't even return, and the ones that did just talking about miles of tunnels and waste down into the deep. So yeah, he sent for the Dwarven Lord, which whose name we still have to come up with. And yeah, he sent for him and was like, yeah, I need help here, and it would be nice if you, Majesty of the underground people, could send someone that knows a bit about what's going on. And your lord basically just smiled a bit, and he had someone in mind, and this one is Urist Aluminium Cobble. And yeah, he's kind of a legend of architecture. In your fortress, he basically built like 3/4 of the structures you know and love are from him. Like he's not only a legend, he's an artist. He's just the best architect you can ever find, and he also knows a lot about history, so he's an obvious choice. And there's also another reason, and the other reason is that good Urist Aluminium Cobble is not the person you want to be around with for a long time. So our good lord thinks, well, it might be actually a good idea to have him out of the fortress for a while, because he's quite the character. A lot of fights are starting not with him, but about him. Like, he's starting the fight, but he also has some mercenaries at hand to end it. It's not like mercenaries, it's like his own professional guard, but he needs those guards because there are a lot of fist fights that started with him doing a comment. Because good Aluminium Cobble doesn't really like bad structure, he doesn't like bad craft, and he is very vocal about it. So we will see what will happen once he reaches the human town. There will be mostly wooden structures, I would imagine. But yeah, we will find that out. But first off, yeah, let's talk about what was your name again?
The dwarf one?
Yeah.
Okay, Thorim, Grim Courier. His last name was changed recently to fit his occupation.
Grim Courier.
Grim Courier, yes, because he.
Wait a second. We have a system, as you remember. First name of your father, last name of your mother, but you can have nicknames.
Oh well, I suppose that's his nickname then.
Yeah.
A former name then. Probably. I had one other generated up. Wormhand, like the dragon, a worm.
Okay. Yeah, that's by the way German for worm. Just so you know.
Is it real?
Yeah. Wurm, like old German. Okay, and what's his name? Water Courier?
The nickname?
Water Courier, Grim Courier, or something like that?
Grim Courier. Like a quarry, you know, like a rock mine or whatever.
I have no idea. How do you write that? Just send it to me in TeamSpeak.
Okay.
Courier, okay, never saw that. Now I learned it. Okay, yeah. Wormhand. Okay, save changes. Click. So now he should appear. So, and he is an obvious choice because, well, he's a miner.
Yes, was anyway.
He has, well, he's still a miner. It's not like accidents are happening, even in a well-led fortress. But, well, yeah, he's an obvious choice because it seems to be like an old dwarven tunnel system. So, it's a miner. Not that far off a stretch.
True, that's true. And who better to send as a disposable miner than?
Okay, so tell us a bit about Thorim. Like, is he old? Has he been born in this fortress? Is he an immigrant?
He's likely a little bit older. still not quite middle-aged. You know, he's coming out of being a young dwarf, and finally he was finally settling into his role, content just to live a normal life, probably fairly happy, or at least content with his existence up until the accident. But now he's rather reserved and doesn't like to talk too much now, because he does take part of the responsibility, but he still maintains that he did the right thing.
So Thorim is a young miner that had a little misfortune not so long ago. His quick and smart decision making might even have saved some levels of the fortress, but not the other miners.
No, not the other ones. He was,
that were with him. So stay. ... Okay, so I don't remember. Have you talked about his misfortune, or was it before I started recording?
No, it's been before. Just a recap, though, that he had been mining, probably had zoned out, as it were. You know, it's just a normal day. You don't think too much when
yeah. Also, you have your like your big backpack full of beer with you. So
right,
sometimes
yeah.
you drink while you're hacking away.
Drinking,
Yeah.
And at some point he discovered that the rock he was mining into was rather moist. It didn't strike him as odd given the conditions of
He saw the warning of the moist tunnel, but he pressed space right away, like he spaced out.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And he didn't think to check the log or whatever, so he just kept going. And eventually he found himself with a tiny little rivulet of water streaming down, which turned later into a stream. I imagine in his shock he began pushing dirt or rock back into the hole, thinking it might fix itself, but soon realized that plan wasn't going to work, as his ankles soon became wet with water.
Like there was this stream of water just falling in from a hole, and he just like plucked it with a stone, and on the other side, and he just puts a finger in it, and then in front of him, and he's like trying to hold it down with his head.
By the end of even that, so he knew what was coming, but
so then he took his decision and did what every dwarf will do: rescue the fortress by running up the stairs and slamming down to the floor edge.
He did what he thought was right. Granted, he did say on his way that there was water, but no one was faster than him apparently, so he got there before anyone else did, and decided he wasn't going to risk it anymore.
Yeah, and you need to close it down, because, as you know, like the water pressure can be hell in Dwarf Fortress.
Yes.
Because it can even rise into different Z levels, and everything's flooded, and all the good stuff will be gone.
He was certainly thanking Urus's good craftsmanship on that door that day.
Yeah. No, he wasn't like building it good, but he most likely have like designed the way to shut the whole thing down in case of water.
Well, he would have bought the mason a drink, but no one wanted to talk with him after that.
Yeah, there were quite a lot of people down with him there, but
yes, well,
that's
part of the cycle.
That's how the cookie crumbles. As you say. So his main aspect is what? What would you call him?
Well, I mean, if he's a miner,
a troubled miner.
A troubled miner, yeah, I'd say so.
A dedicated miner.
I certainly think he's troubled now.
Yeah, that's his trouble aspect, I would say. Like, has he any psychological problems, or like other people that really don't like him anymore?
Other than the fact that he's a bit of a social outcast, yes.
I mean, there were like two very wealthy noble kids in this whole thing, and I heard something about some blood oath or something.
Yeah, well, but yes, he's also haunted by the memory of the event. No amount of self-justification.
Say no more. Haunted by ghosts.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, he really does. He sees them in his dreams quite often.
I just read haunted. Haunted.
He also doesn't like water very much anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the story. Like he really needs to keep away from water. Okay, so
High and dry is his preferred environment.
so he's not afraid of darkness or of mines or anything. Just water is not really.
Just water. The sort of dripping or slow movement of water frightens him. He hates it.
As long as alcohol is in there, everything's alright.
Oh, okay, yeah, that might be the only exception.
But alcohol is not water. Alcohol is basically your beverage, your daily one.
Sure.
There's a German saying: if you give someone water, he can say like, "I wanted something to drink, not to wash myself." Okay, so what else do we know about him? Like, is he a very likable person? Can he fight? Can he like? Is he good at crafting, or is he just really good at digging?
He's really good at digging. I mean, he was good at his job. He was a very good miner.
So I guess he's quite muscular.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And is he like proud about his muscles, or is he like a braggart? Is he?
Not anymore. That's for certain. I don't think he's.
That won't change him, but he is basically a moving muscle. Like his body is just okay, muscle mountain. Okay, so Mr. Dedicated Miner, we of course that he can see good at night, that he's good at mining. He most likely has a pickaxe as his main weapon, I guess.
Yeah, just a regular pick.
Okay, a regular pick, and yes, was he ever on the surface?
There's really no need for him.
I mean, like, has he ever left the fortress? Like, went outside during the daylight hours, or?
Maybe, but not for very long.
Like he tried once and then he got scared and ran back in.
Well, there's no ceiling, so it does sort of bother him.
Yeah, so he puked like a whole week.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so yeah, that's him, the dedicated miner named Thorim Wurmhand. Okay, so I already picked a picture for you. Is that all right for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, we still have this the old one open. I will just overwrite everything, so I don't have to set up everything from a new. We were really hoping that someone else will show up at some point, but looks like nope. Still no answer. Okay, god damn it. Yeah, so we're just doing character creation, just like a short tutorial game, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. So, first off, I'm going to hide all the other character sheets. Because they could get quite annoying. I don't want to delete them because at some point I actually plan to come back to those guys.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Okay, save the changes. Here we go. Dravuk is out. Used aluminium cobble is of course in because he's one of the player characters. The guy that is playing Jurist is not able to play today, but we might find a different date with him. If you want to participate in this story, please write me. Like, we really need players. And looks like they're hard to get.
It's a lot of fun. You should come.
Wait a second. When was... He wrote me like 7 p.m. that he will be there, so... Well... Maybe we'll show up later. We will see about that. But yeah, I think we are doing like a small story just to get back into the saddle. And first off, I need a picture of your guy for the character thingy. Ziegel Miner. Okay. So now I'm going to put up... Yeah, here we go. That's him, all right.
Perfect.
fiercely striking the stone.
Not the same one with what? That was a better time.
Well, he will go back to mining. That's, after all, why he has been sent there.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a miner, so...
Basically, he was sent there to redeem himself, and also the Lord was thinking like, oh yeah, it's not... It would probably be a good idea to not have him around for a while. Until the dust settled and the death threats are...
Everyone's buried. Or, you know, memorialized, I guess. You're not going to get their bodies.
Yeah, like... Until, like, things are in a better state in the fortress again, and... It's not as easy to slip an axe through his head during broad daylight. Okay, so I need to change to... Not reveal area, I want to go to... Where is it? Oh, here we go. Game, objects and tokens. Okay, this should be the right one. Why can I not... Huh. Map and background? No, that's the map. I can, like, move the whole map around, but I cannot grab, like, single tokens. Which is weird. No, it works. Okay, yeah, something was wrong there. No, it works. Okay, at least I have it on tape, so it's not like I'm the idiot. Okay, so let's see. How many points do you have? Can I like hide these profile pictures somehow? Do you know that?
I don't. I really don't.
Okay. And I think you could. Oh yeah, I can move them. So let's move them at least to a place where they're not in front of something more important. Okay, so yeah, you are getting... that's why. Yeah, your picture is of course still a token, so I need to set your picture as background, advanced layer, map layer. Here we go. Layer. Okay, let's just put him away. That's easier. Okay, you have an axe and you have this nice hammer, and I don't know, you're getting this hammer too. Oh no, you're getting a torch. Now you have a torch. Don't complain about the torch. Okay, so let's delete these ones. And this one, and put this one over. Yeah, we thought like it would be nice to have like this whole character creation thing, so new players can see like how easy it is. That's all. That's all we need for character creation. No, actually not. We need to still set some of the approaches, but that's pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what would you say? Like, what are his major attributes on this man? How would he solve a problem?
He's certainly forceful. He is a miner. That is his life. So he's
okay, yeah.
guy.
So he's forceful. He's also pretty quick, as we heard.
Yes, quick enough to escape the rising tide.
And he's not careful at all.
Yes, it appears he's a bit of a klutz. He doesn't think a lot.
Yeah, he's clever though. Like, it was pretty clever of him to close this whole thing down.
Yeah, I mean, he made the right call.
Yeah.
Or he thinks anyway.
Can he be sneaky sometimes, or is he more the flashy kind of guy?
I don't particularly think either of those. He has no reason to be quiet or to be loud about anything he does. He just does the job he has at hand. But if I would have to pick one of them, I guess I'd pick sneaky or flashy.
Okay. Alright, so he can be sneaky if he wants to. Like, even though he's like a mountain of muscles.
He knows how to blend in with rock. If,
yeah.
Like
Sneaky.
something were to come by.
Sneaky doesn't only mean like just sneaking around. It's also like getting out of a bad situation by lying, or confusing someone, or just running away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Now he still needs a stunt. So what's the stunt? So if you take a look, do you see Mr. Aluminium Cobble in your characters?
I do.
Yeah. So first off, let's talk about Eurus Aluminium Cobble here while I have this thing open. A dapper architect with a fetish for well-placed blocks. Yuri's got called to the human town of Moltendrops. Oh, okay, we already have a name for him. It's Moltendrops. After a large dwarven structure was discovered in the heart of the iron mines. King Tobul Weatherglass of the Ice Stones sent him personally because Yuris is the best dwarf to spot historical relevances. Also, he said it will be the best for everyone to have Yuris away for a couple of months. Yeah, and he's an architectural pervert. Like, he really likes buildings. Like, really, really likes nice buildings. He gets offended by shoddy craftsmanship. He's a follower of Hestia, the goddess of stone. Yeah, he's taking this whole thing quite serious. He's pretty clever. He's very flashy, and he can be forceful. He's sometimes a bit careful, but not all the time. Yeah, and they call him the battlefield construction worker because at some point our good fortress was still in its phase where not like the fortress was standing already, but not all the defenses were working properly. Like the crossbow men were still in training, and there weren't a lot of siege engines. So when a zombie horde came, good Eurus here just smashed a single stone out of a wall, and this whole wall broke. And because it wasn't like on the ground level, but it was really high up in the mountains, they used this wall to close down the hole that was in the mountain before, and the whole they used as the caves that was in there. They actually used for storage. But yeah, this was this huge stone wall, and he just basically kicked out one or two stones, and this whole stone wall just like fell frontwards and fell down onto the home resort that was besieging the fortress for a few days. And most of the thing got crushed, and the military had a really easy time of destroying the rest of them. And yeah, that's why they also call him the battlefield construction worker. And Use gets his +3 bonus when using manipulating structures to his advantage. So he's really good at creating advantages by smashing shit. So yeah, that's his thing, basically. So yeah, now we need a stunt for you.
Okay. Well, I suppose any of them would revolve around mining, so you can go with a ditch and run tactic. He seemed to have been quite good at hitting a vital spot and then booking it. I wouldn't call that quite a stunt, but he did do it.
The stunt is that he can save himself from immediate danger.
Yeah, I would say so.
Is there like a saying like put your legs behind your ears?
Yeah, something like that.
In German, it's like putting your hands in your legs in your hands, and just take them and run away. Okay. When danger is about, his legs are basically forming a perfect circle. Gotta go quick. So once per session, he can escape from any danger, but he is leaving everybody behind.
Yeah, well, self-survival. He's got a good survival instinct. That's the good way to say that.
Yeah.
A healthy sense of self-preservation, we'll call it.
Survival of the quickest.
Yes, indeed.
You can run and you can hide. Both of these things I do. Okay, so we got this character. As you saw, like, it's really easy to create it, and we can basically start playing now. If you had more players, the story will start now. And I even made a tutorial, and I made like an intro scene that we sadly cannot play now. And I thought we will be at least 2, so I made a test game that also requires 2 players actually. But I guess we can just. Yeah, I still have my character, but he was like part of it anyway. So the way we are going to play it is we are just making shit up as we go along, as always. So, yeah. It is night.